Through the valley of destruction to mountaintop transformation. Welcome to Under His Constructions Productions. Welcome to Under His Construction Productions. I have in front of me my brother Daniel Arellano and his son D'Angelo in the house. We are in my office today, and I just wanted to invite my brother and my nephew into this podcast to just talk to them about how their experiences with Under His Construction and what's going on in their life, what God's doing in and through them. So welcome to Under His Construction Productions. Daniel, tell me how you are experiencing Under His Construction in your life right now.
Under His Construction, man, it's first of all, thank you for having us here. It is such a blessing and an honor to be here and serve the Lord, and I love what you guys are doing with the community. It's such a great thing. To be a part of it is just sometimes it gets in awe about what we get to learn about God. We get to help the community, serve the church, and it's just beautiful.
You served the church today for a few hours, helping a funeral.
Yes.
These are things that we do at Under His Construction with our career development portion. And so, D'Angelo, what do you do at Under His Construction?
So right now I'm currently focusing on doing the media. So that's like advertising on Facebook and the socials, Instagram. We're now on TikTok. And so we're just creating meaningful content that will reach millions of people across the United States.
Yeah, you're doing an amazing job with that. Thank you. So what is God doing in your lives? First, let me just share with everybody how my brother and I came to terms just recently. When was it? Do you remember when it was? It October, November of last year?
I don't remember.
I don't remember when it was, but it was a day where I was at Broadway, our Broadway location, and I just decided to just sit in my car for a while and just sit there. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know if I was exhausted or what, but I'm like, okay. I sat there for about 40 minutes. And I was on the passenger side, and I said, okay, I better get back to work. And so I went into the driver's seat, and I decided to drive back to work. And as I was driving to work, I see my brother that I haven't seen since probably 2015, 16 maybe. Haven't seen him, and he was homeless on the streets. Pushing a bike, not riding a bike, he was pushing a bike, and I passed him at the light, and so I pulled over because I knew it was him, and I'm like, oh great, that's my brother, I'm going to ask him to come into the ministry. And I pulled over, and sure enough, he turned right where I pulled over, and he crossed me. And so I passed him, and I said, hey, you want to come to Under His Construction? You ready to give your life to the Lord, is what I asked you, right? And so what were you doing at that moment?
At that moment, I was still swimming in my sin. I was in, I was looking, to tell you the truth, okay, I was looking for a safe place to go do some drugs. And actually, I was in despair. I mean, literally in despair. I didn't know what to do. I've been in the streets for a long time, and I could do it. But at this point in time, it was the worst it had ever been. I was rock bottom, basically, and I was looking for somewhere to go safe, and I didn't know what to do. And I was like, man, I looked up into the sky, and I said, man, I wish I knew where my sister was at. I don't even have her phone number. I don't know if she's at 14th Street anymore. And while I was praying this, she rose up with her awesomeness, because my sister is so awesome. She is. And there she was, and she says, hey, brother, you gotta get your life together. And I said, yes.
He got in right away, guys, and he came to Under His Construction. He's been here ever since. Struggles a bit, but that's okay. When we say that we're believers and we follow Jesus, that doesn't mean that I turn perfect and that I make all good decisions. That doesn't mean my brother's going to make good decisions. We are all under his construction. That's why we
Amen.
say through the valley of destruction to mountaintop transformation, we're under his construction. So D'Angelo, tell us briefly, because we only have a few minutes, how you got to under his construction.
Well, in a nutshell, I was, as well living in sin, and it came to a breaking point when I fully surrendered to the Lord and had a spiritual awakening and close encounter. I mean, felt like he was seriously in the room. I had begged for him to take me back, and I got on my knees and started, doing everything to crying in despair, to talking just out loud to him, and I told him, please just take me back, and I can't live this way anymore, that I wanted to just give up that life. And so after that, I tried to explain it to some family members and some friends, and they just didn't get it. And so the enemy was really trying to get to me through them, because I surrendered to the Lord, and so it was like heaven was rejoicing, and the enemy was hissing. And so it came through my mom, and she attacked me. I had to flee from where I was staying, and I had nothing but my Bible in my bag, and I just followed what the Lord was telling me, I was like, what do I do? Where do I go? I looked up at the stars in the sky, and I said, what I've never been here, Father, like, I don't know what to do. And he said, call your dad. And I said, what? What?
You're mad at your dad at the time, right?
I had just recently forgave him for everything.
Awesome.
I was already
Free.
feeling myself coming back to the Lord. And so I was forgiving people, and I was doing, the things that he wanted me to do. And so I called my dad, and I said, Dad, I need your help. I need to, I don't know where to go. I have nowhere to go. And he just said, let me see what I can do. We can go pick you up. And so before I knew it, he was there to pick me up. But I was growing impatient, and so I was being tested, right? And so I said, just go with it. Just go with it. Next thing you know, I'm here at this home, and there's like 25 dudes there. I'm like, what is this, But again, I was not questioning anything at that point. I just went along with it, and before you know it, I was in the program where God led me, and so it was ultimately God who led me here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
So awesome. And you've been amazing, doing phenomenal since then. Struggling, we're always struggling, right? But you're here, you're listening, you're journaling, you're creating goals. You have some major goals to become an entrepreneur. And you're helping us with our marketing, and so you're doing a phenomenal job. My beautiful God, isn't he just fabulous? Him and his dad, you guys are very handsome.
I think we get it. It's in the family. Something.
Yeah, it has to be our dad, because we have the same dad. So.
Yeah. Amen.
Anyway, I'm so glad you guys are here with Under His Construction for sharing just briefly what God's doing, how you guys got here, and I hope that you just continue to let Him just reign over your thoughts, your words, your actions, and that you just let Him in and just pick up your cross and follow Him daily, right?
Yes.
So God bless you guys, and we'll see you guys again.
Amen.
Bye.
Through the valley of destruction to mountaintop transformation. Welcome